Twitch, YouTube, hello, welcome to another race. Hot lap. My name's Crypto2108. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm a little rusty. But do not adjust your monitor, your TV, whatever you're watching this on. The Halloween weather is back in Grand Theft Auto Online, where it rains every night for the foreseeable future. You have this green haze. You can't really see much, especially when you're playing just normally in lobby. But we are running for the 100th time a different car on the Going Ham Hot Lap. This car is it's a weird utility vehicle, or at least that's how I customized it. The devs have finally brought out the K truck, and I'm going to show you what that is right now. This is the Shitzu Keitora. It is a little Japanese utility van. And that's exactly what I built it as. Nothing fancy. There's no HSW upgrades to it. This is maxed out as far as it'll go. But I figured for the 100th running of the Going Ham Hot Lap, what better way to celebrate the 100th running of the Hot Lap by using this funny little vehicle. This is relatively unique in what it's meant for. It's not meant for much. I'm surprised we didn't get this for like delivery missions, like substantial delivery missions. In fact, this is one of the drip feed vehicles from the mansion update. I want to say we got this drip fed into the game along about the end of January. I bought it, I customized it. In fact, my buddy Mike and I both have one. And it is just that type of vehicle that you kind of, if you saw it on the street in real life, you'd sit there and go, that's a tiny, tiny truck. You're not wrong. It's mildly entertaining because my character looks like he's crammed into it when sitting inside it, and when my character's standing next to it, I'm pretty sure he can see clear over it. It's just a really weird and unique vehicle. Now, I'm not entirely sure why after so long they brought it into the game, but I do know that it's one of the cars that a lot of the players have been asking for. Really have no idea why. So, with that said, let's see how it runs the hot lap, and see if it impresses the masses. We're already almost 3 minutes in. So there's that. As I said, probably not going to be fast, in quotations, but still, it's a unique vehicle that deserves its time. As a showcase vehicle on the Hot Lap. So do enjoy this Hot Lap. you can tell how extremely small this truck is by how it can fit through, like fit in between cars that are next to each other in different lanes. Mildly entertaining, just for that alone. And as you can see, it doesn't take much for it to overcook a simple uh, landing from a small jump. But you know what? We deal with it, and we just keep pushing along. And we keep on driving. Ten and a half minutes, and we're not even at the army base yet. Safe to say, this is going to make for a long lap, but it should be enjoyable nonetheless. do promise the next hot lap we do, whether it's tomorrow night, Thursday night, the next hot lap we do will feature a car that is much more hot lap oriented. Gotta admit though, going downhill, this car moves pretty well. Going downhill, uphill, not so much, but downhill. Oh! It isn't until you hit the back of a Griswold mobile. You know, you almost think this particular vehicle should have been released with the auto shop and the tuners update, the Los Santos tuners update. Just based on like customization for this car, the headlight covers, the graphic, just how low to the ground it is. I know one of the liveries, I have the utility livery, so it's kind of just your normal everyday delivery truck, but one of the liveries has Stance Andreas, I think. It's got a couple of tool liveries, like Flint tools, and one other one. It's got the in-game variant for Sprite, that being Sprunk. And I mean, you could have a thing on the roof for advertisement. You can actually have a it's either a cup or a bottle on the back, where the bed is. So that, I mean, that's pretty nifty. The customization for this truck is fun. I made it boring, but that's kind of how I had envisioned it. It was more of like a boring delivery van, or like a almost like an like not your like your everyday normal box truck, only like no livery on it, just about, like no advertisement, kind of like a like what you'd find at like Budget or U-Haul, only without the advertisement on the back of the truck. Oh God! Turn, please turn. The only thing I did was add fun paint to it, because it, goes from green to purple to blue. Geez, normally 16 minutes we'd be on the back half of the army base by now. But here at the Hot Lap, we give everything a try. Except for maybe that baby shoe. Whoa! Fuck that car. That baby shoe has no place on the Hot Lap. I would almost go out on a limb and say no electric vehicles have a spot on the Hot Lap, but we've already featured some. Trust me when I say this, have not enjoyed driving them. Pardon me, baby shoe. Kinda hope that car is not in GTA 6. My guess, though, it probably will because of just because it'd be something for the AI to drive, the NPC characters. I do think there'd be other cars they could drive, though. As it is, you don't really see a lot of Toyota Priuses on the road in real life anymore. And if you do, they're the, oh, what are they called? The Prius C models or whatever. I don't exactly know what they are, but they're coupe-esque. So you can't even really call them a baby shoe anymore because they don't look like a shoe. They just look like a ball with a set of fenders and a hood. I do think this car is going to give the Vapid Winky a run for the slowest car on the hot lap, slowest vehicle on the hot lap. I think the Winky finished at like a 50-ish minute mark. Maybe a little faster, maybe a little slower. But I do think that was the finish time for the Winky. It was either a high 40-minute mark or a very, very low 50-minute mark finish. I'm hoping not, but we're already 22 minutes in. Almost 23 minutes in. And we're only at the second... Don't do that. Okay. We're only at the second leg of this race, really. So, I mean, if you split it into 3 parts. Split the race into 3 parts. You got the first leg, which is from the starting line till about Sandy Shores, where you're crossing the 4-way stop. Or I think that's a 4-way stop. Might only be a 2-way. But right when you're crossing that area. Then you have the second leg, which goes from there to pretty much so your first leg would end here. Your second leg will pick up where it ended, obviously, and go all the way from that point all the way around through the army base to about the power station. And then your third leg would be from the power station all the way out to the finish. And your third leg would be probably a little longer. Mileage-wise. So it took you about... It would take you about 50... In this truck, anyway. In this utility truck, it took us roughly 15 minutes to get through leg 1. Leg 2 is taking about the same time. We're 25 minutes in, a little more, and then to the power station. If we can make it to the power station within the next 4.5 minutes, we'll be on par. With the 15-minute first leg, 15-minute second leg, and then your third leg would probably be roughly around that same length. Maybe a little more. Because you do have the hills to go through. Or not the hills, not the hills, but you do go up a ways and then around through West Vinewood. So. I don't know. It's gonna be close. Close to the finish time for the second leg. I'm thinking around overall finish time would be about 45, between 45 and 47 minutes, unless something catastrophic happens. We're at the power station. So your second leg would end there. Would end there, start, and then the third leg would start. Ah. Whoop. You were going slow enough. You stopped. Shut up. Third leg also has an off-road section. And if you're new to the channel, what you're witnessing is a K-truck going down a created race that I made. Oh God. The track length is 57.3 miles. I have already threatened I would make it worse, make it longer. However, that would involve me having to go out to sea, and I don't want to do that. So. But if you are new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay. Be sure to drop a follow, that way you know whenever I go live, whether it be playing GTA, doing one of the hot laps, or doing like career progression grinding, or whatever may come about, whatever the next GTA Online update is. If we're whoa, hey. I know the developers have already said that there is going to be one. There's going to be a final summer update before GTA 6 comes out. Just no idea when. My guess would probably be either tail end of June or like the middle-ish of July. There was only one time where they actually, and that was during COVID, where they actually dropped the summer update like the second week of August. And that was the Los Santos Summer Special, which was just some new racetracks and some new cars. And it was kind of, dare I say, not their best DLC that they've given us. I understand why, but I also understand not every DLC can hit. I mean, you even have that with some games. Like, some games on the whole, as a whole game, like, a whole IP, just doesn't work. And I mean, if you're looking to try to base everything or a particular genre off of something else, you're never going to be happy. But I mean, like, case in point, different shooters are always compared to, either Call of Duty or Halo. Just didn't care that I was driving. Most open world sandbox games are compared to Grand Theft Auto, regardless of whichever one it is. Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, San Andreas. For the longest time, San Andreas could not be touched. That wasn't until GTA 5. But I mean, Saints Row is very often compared to Grand Theft Auto, and Saints Row is a very off-the-cuff parody of whatever one might think of the world. I mean, yes, it's still a open world sandbox game. You can do things at pretty much your leisure with Saints Row, especially the newest one that came out. Unfortunately, it's the last one that's going to come out. But again, speaking of games that just did not hit, when that game came out, it was very buggy, and people that had high hopes for it, I was one of them, ended up just not being the correct sequel in that franchise. They did a whole massive reboot for that franchise, which I don't think they really needed, but also they probably could have just kept it as a trilogy, if I'm honest. Saints Row, what are you? Alright, we'll go this way, because you need to get your shit together. Saints Row 1 back in 2006? I believe it came out in 2006. That was supposed to be, I think it was actually supposed to be a one and done, but everybody enjoyed it. Everybody thought it was the bee's knees, as it were. So they made a second one. The second one was amazing. Didn't quite have the multiplayer that the first one did, but that's okay because you had co-op. I must have played through that campaign co-op, I don't know how many times, with friends of mine, different friends of mine. That game was fantastic. It was a fantastic co-op open world game. Oh my god. Um, Saints Row the Third, much the same. I did aim for that NPC. I'm not sorry. I did aim for him. Anyway, Saints Row 3, much the same, only you were in a different like city. You went from, I want to say the first and second game were in Stillwater. That was the fictional city for Saints Row, and then you went to what essentially would be Pittsburgh, I guess. It was like Steel City, Steelport, one of them. That was a good environment. It was a decent pull, and then it went weird. Saints Row 4 went just, Saints Row. It was Saints Row 4. Saints Row 4 was really odd based on the simple fact that you had, you were playing as the president of the your character was the president of the United States, and then the world gets blown up. And you're like, what the fuck just happened? And you essentially are like in the Matrix type shit. You free yourself, or you get freed by somebody, and like all your entire gang, because you're the leader of the Third Street Saints, hence the name Saints Row. You have pretty much everybody there, and you end up going back and forth into the fucking into this made up world that this alien makes you jump hoops through. It's so weird, but yet hilarious. It's so much fun. Like, you get to the point where like you can just fly everywhere. You don't even need a car. Because you're either running super fast or you just fly, jump off a building and just flip and just fly. And then they rebooted the franchise. Like, they could have played into the whole like, oh, you're in the Matrix type deal, and then they just stopped. They just didn't do it. And then they rebooted the entire franchise, and it just didn't hit. It just didn't hit. If it wasn't as buggy as it was on launch, it might have hit a little better. But it just didn't hit. But getting back to Grand Theft Auto and the DLC content, there is a whole bunch of... Oh shit. Turn. Please turn. There's a whole... Jeez, it's going to be 13 years come... Well, for single-player games, it's going to be 13 years come September 17th. October 1st... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Damn it. Oopsie. Can we go this way, please? Thank you. 13 years for the single player, September 13th, 17th, sorry. And then October 1st is when GTA Online came online, or was released to the general public. So it'll be over 13 years by the time GTA 6 comes out. And we've had 13 years of content dump. It started out as like monthly. I think that maybe lasted a year or two. Then it was like one would be in winter, one would be in spring, one was in summer, one was in fall, and that I think lasted maybe two-ish years. And then it went summer, winter, summer, winter, summer, winter, and so on and so forth. But the DLCs got bigger and bigger and bigger up until COVID. And I can understand that because COVID, everybody was home. All the game developers were home. And they had to try to figure out how to work on said game with the limited resources that they had, dealing with, okay, well, I am only using my laptop or my work computer or whatever have you from my house. So the summer DLC was kind of meh because of, well, COVID. And then the winter DLC was a little better. And then it got back to the summer again, which I'm pretty sure was it was, I believe, the car meet. No, because the car meet was, I think, 2019? No, couldn't be that. Now I'm not sure. All I can tell you is it's been a while. The car meet in the auto shop, I think, that came out during the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 era. I'm pretty sure that's when Cayo Perico came out. Cayo Perico, I believe, was a winter DLC. Because it was kind of sort of a add-on to the nightclub-ish. Because you got the music locker underneath the casino with that. And you were working with Madrazo's son. Yeah, and you were taking over. You were stealing from the island. Yeah, I think that was the same year that the auto shop came out. So that had to have been 2019? 2020 was this summer DLC, this Los Santos summer special. Maybe that was 2020 with Cayo. Yeah, now I'm not sure. I forget. It's been so long that I can't keep. It's been so long, and there's been a lot of DLC for Grand Theft Auto Online. And it looks like we're going to finish at a 46.14? 46.14.839. I do hope you enjoyed my rambling. I do hope you enjoyed the hot lap. I do hope you enjoyed the funny looking truck on said hot lap. And that'll do it for tonight's hot lap, the 100th running of the of the GOIN H.A.M hot lap. There will be more coming down the pike. I'm just not entirely sure what car I'm going to do next. I can tell you this: it'll be a lot faster than 46 minutes. But take care, have a great night, and I'll catch you on the Hot Lap.